Welcome to the Locker, Season 5, Episode 5 of the coldest podcast for UK sports in the land. I'm your man, A. White, along with my man, Van House. Man, people don't want us to be great. That's why it took us a little long. So, some of those shows we went over, we getting our get back. Van House, what's on your mind?
Man, sometimes hostage takeover situations are hostile, and you got to stay calm. You know, keep yourself under composure, and we always got backup. But for me, let me get it straight. Man, it was a good day for me. So we had two guys at my high school sign. Our star running back signed to the Naval Academy,
Okay.
and my DB signed at Kentucky State to play football and basketball. So, all my people, the flag is going up. My boy TJ Callahan is coming to Frankfurt. Watch out for my young man. He has some dog in him. So, the thing that hurt him is he only really played 2 years of football. So that's why the accolades and the exposure is not quite there. But obviously, he's a great athlete because they want to play football and basketball. So, if you're in Frankfurt, take care of my young whippersnapper.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Young Louisianians. Young. I ain't even gonna say what they call them up north.
We only breed him one way, so you know he's gonna come there and ball.
Oh yeah. So we missed the show last week. We back on the grind.
Uh-oh. That means you got a lot to say and you don't know how to say it.
I ain't so much got a lot to say. I got a lot that I can't say.
Oh.
Van House, we don't have an offensive coordinator. You know we didn't have a show last week. We don't have an offensive coordinator at this point.
Huh.
We brought back an offensive line coach. We did have a show that week.
No, because it would have been live.
No, we did. We did. Well, did we not?
I don't think we had one when Eric Wolford came back. No.
Oh,
I think that was after the last show.
Okay, so we got a lot to unfold here.
Yeah, man, we got some shit to unravel.
And plus our basketball team. Here's it. The bottom line is, I'm gonna ask you this, then we're gonna go into our show.
Don't do that because I'm about to go on a rant.
Are you going to rant? I'm just gonna say everybody's complaining about our basketball. I'm talking about the highest revenue sport, basketball and football. They complaining about our coaching. They got to do better in the program. Has the program ever been any better than this? That's what I'm asking. You can give me a yes or no, then you can go on your rant.
That's a hard question for me. I don't know. Has it been better? Not this year. This year,
not the football. I'm talking about the programs as a whole.
Oh, hell no.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No. You talking about the entirety
of UK athletics.
No.
Olympic sports included.
No. Y'all, I mean.
We just won a volleyball championship, 3 years ago?
A few years ago. And we was in the quarterfinals last year. The baseball team, they said this year, I've read, could go to College World Series. The damn soccer team, the male soccer team has been going to the tournament and making deep runs for the last 2 to 3 years. The track team, dude, I heard somebody, see, I got so much stuff on my chest too. I saw some MF and I wish I would have took his name. Talking about how the track team don't have as many superstars and ain't in. Dude, do you think this is a norm to have a Sidney McLaughlin in your program every year? LSU don't have that every year.
Or so, Abby Steiner.
Are you serious, dude? Are you serious? We just had Messiah Russell lead the program last year. So you're going to say, oh, 1 year where we just don't have. Are you serious? And dude, this is how ridiculous fans can be and how hypocritical they can be. Because none of y'all are really give a rat's, you know what, about track, about the hockey team that's doing well, about the soccer team, about the softball team. Like, do y'all about the swimming and diving team? Y'all don't know because y'all don't care. So now all of a sudden, you know the one that irks me, Anthony? And you know this. I watch women's basketball, and our women's basketball team isn't good. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They don't have SEC talent.
Right.
So, but when they win a game, now they haven't won many. So, but when they win a game, no one's saying anything. When they jump out in the last game up, I think 22-9 in the first quarter, ain't nobody saying anything. But when they lose, oh, well, Kari Elsie got to go. But you ain't say jack last year, the year before, 3 years ago. But all of a sudden now, negative people, now we need to fire him. Mitch Barnhart made another bad decision. Who else was he going to hire? When Matthew basically
right before the season, yeah, 2 weeks before the
come on, man. Y'all need to get over yourself sometime.
That ain't your rant. Go ahead with your rant.
No, I don't want to take up. We're already now.
Van Durant, Kevin Durant's older brother.
Okay, you know what? F it. You know what's bad, Anthony? Is the hypocrisy. And I don't talk men's basketball on my timeline because it's saturated with people. Everybody is just a coach. Everybody knows what Cal should do. Everybody knows who should be starting. Everybody knows this, that, what defense, zone, blah, 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 all this stuff. There's two things that got me going. A lot of people complaining about Cal, about his archaic offense. Now, this year, how many games they scored over 100 points? In just February? How many games they scored over 100 points? Is that offense not more pleasing to the eye? But now it's, now it's the defense. Yeah. I mean, if you're going to see, you can't have it both ways. So are anybody going to say, yeah, good job, y'all. We finally got an offense that we can be happy about. No, now we're going to pick the next negative that we can come up with. Now, the last thing, and I'm done because I can go forever. Our boy Terry Brown, TB, made a statement about the history of the program. And someone said, well, you can't go. We got to stop living in the past, which I agree with. I'm a 5-year guy. But then the same people come back and say, Kentucky should just win these games. Well, why? Because you're punk, you know what, is thinking about the past. Because in the past, we should win these games. So you can't have it both ways. You can't get on TV because he's talking about the past and how many Final Fours we got and all that stuff. But then in the same breath say, well, these are the games Kentucky should win. Why? Oh, because in the past, it don't work both ways, y'all. It doesn't. This team, dude, I'm not saying this team is the best team in the nation, but I feel this: when they're healthy, and again these kids are young, they got another month to get this right, another 2-3 weeks to get this right, and I think they're going to be fine.
Hold on, USM Cat fan.
Well,
we are
what we say.
And the locker, hey, these guys, we tell the way it is. I don't know who else is talking about the cursing, but my mama had a problem with the cursing. We're not gonna go into talking about people who got a problem with the cursing. So, but I agree with USM Cat fan. I can either ask her to stop listening, which I don't think would be right.
No, that wouldn't be right.
But I feel like she felt like I don't think my mother would like me to curse in public. Is why I think we stopped cursing. But go ahead, Vane.
No, I'm just Anthony. I've been preaching about this, and I know we probably ain't gonna do it. Know what we can do? Create a Patreon and go 30 minutes of uncensored, raw. Remember BET? You used to go uncut late at night.
But that was like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right. We go locker uncut. We pump to the bump.
I'm thinking. I've been thinking. All right. So everybody asking. This is what everybody came for. And I'm gonna disappoint y'all because I can't tell y'all what I know, and the little bit I don't know ain't gonna help y'all anyhow. Liam Cohen gone. We talked the last show we had. We were speculating Liam Cohen gone. He hadn't said nothing. My thing was, why don't you just let everybody be cool and say? And so all the people who mad about he dragged it out this long, if he had said it a couple months ago, we may not have got some recruits. I feel like as a player, it's bullshit, bullshucks. That he held it. What Deion say? Bullshoot.
I don't know.
He say some bullshoot. So it's bullshoot that he didn't hold it off or whatever. But obviously he wanted to leave. And I want to hear y'all can bring it up in the tweets. How y'all feel about him leaving, or tweets or comment section. How y'all feel about him leaving? We'll address them. I have a pretty in-depth and probably appropriate reason I'm not going to discuss, but I will address. I truly address your reason. But Van House, Liam gone, and how you feel about that?
I personally don't like it, but I understand. And here's the thing, and I've tweeted this out. I don't think that our football fandom, I'm going to say honestly, fandom as a whole, but I'm going to stick with football, is ready for big boys football situations. Because this is just what goes on with big boy football. You know how many OCs Nick Saban has had? And people say, well, that's Nick Saban. It don't matter. These guys, if you can leave Nick Saban, if you can leave an Alabama situation where you win a national championships or are always in the hunt, why can't someone leave Kentucky?
Right.
You know, if you had a situation where you winning, and here's the thing, in getting all the resources, in getting the talent, if you leave that situation, why can't you leave us? I don't like he left. But that's big boy football. That's how it works in this conference. You are either fired or you leave to find another job. There's no in between when you're coaching. You are hired to get fired, and either you beat that time clock, or your ass gonna get fired. Yeah. Okay. Now I would say this, guy. If he left to go to Nebraska, Michigan.
Oh no, Ohio State was a team that won. Ohio State.
Okay, if he left to go to Ohio State for a lateral promotion,
that ain't lateral.
No. He's still an OC. And with Ryan Day over the top of him, there's some issues. But let's just say he leaves to go to Ohio State. I can see y'all looking at him side-eye even more.
Right.
But he didn't. And here's the bad part about all this. Because again, big boy football. Nick Saban didn't give Alabama any grace period. He left right when they can't when the portal closed. So people can go pillage his team, but Alabama can't do nothing to nobody else. So think about that. The GOAT left Alabama high and dry. Cohen at least left, as you said, left after getting some guys potentially here. He got some quarterbacks that are kind of locked in a little bit that coming here. I'm not saying it's right, but that's big boy football.
How can you leave Alabama high and dry?
Not
that high and dry statement is
okay. His timing was horrible.
When was going to be the perfect time, man? Once they were declining?
Right after the season ended. I'm not saying that he should get however much time he needs to make that decision.
Right.
I'm just comparing it to Cohen, how people are getting upset. He left Alabama with their pants down, so to speak. Because since the players can leave after the heck, here's the thing, Anthony. The players can leave and other teams can go get his players or go get Alabama players because their head coach left. But Alabama, the time period stopped. Alabama can't, if they lost 10 kids, they can't go get somebody else's kids. That's all I'm saying.
Alabama got kids on their roster. They ain't got to get nobody else's kids, man.
Anthony, whoa. You know this. You got an 85 roster team, right?
Right.
If you lose 15, you need to replace them. You can't play with 70 scholarship players. Now, what I'm saying is they can't replace them.
Van House, I'm going to ask you this. This is a locker. Hey, y'all getting exclusive locker information now. We should have a button we push where to cut off if you go watch the later version. So you said if we lose 15 players, they got to replace them. Be honest, Van House. This is a locker. Be honest. If we lose 15 players at Kentucky, are there players that we need? They need to be replaced, but are there players that were contributing or expected to contribute? What is the last contributor that we've lost?
Look,
besides the Wade twins, and I got a nugget on that.
I'm sorry. You were talking about Kentucky. Alabama lost 2 starting corners. They lost a starting center.
But they only starting because they older than the person behind them. That's why.
No.
That's
but Anthony, but still.
You ain't about to sit up here, Van. You ain't about to sit up here.
You just said Kentucky, and how many players have we lost?
But you said if Alabama lost somebody, they got to replace them. They are replacing them with the people behind them. Because for the last 15 years, 12 years, the people who've come behind them have admirably replaced them.
Who's replacing the people?
They ain't doing nothing to give somebody else an opportunity.
But Anthony, you're right. But who's replacing the people behind them? That's the problem.
That's what the new coach got to worry about. Nick didn't leave him in a bad situation. Nick left him the cover. Everybody always talking when you come to the UK job, we left the covers unbared. We're not leaving the covers unbared. I mean, Alabama can't leave the covers unbared. They don't have
no.
And for Alabama to take a 4-star, they probably rub their stomach like, well, we don't know. Actually, I'm just bull jiving. There's probably a 3-star. But a 3-star is something they got to scratch their stomach about, where the rest of the nation is making a roster off 3-star, hoping for a 4-star.
No, Anthony, I didn't say Saban left the cupboard bare. I'm saying other schools are able to come and take guys from their program, and you can't do nothing about it.
We attempted to do. Yeah. Georgia, Alabama.
But you can't do nothing about it, though. Like Alabama this. Alabama ain't got no problem, just like Georgia. When we got JDJ. What Georgia had no problems with losing them, right? Because they got a bag up, and if they want to go get somebody, they can go get somebody. Right. Because they're that good, right?
Right.
And Alabama, in any situation, if they lost 15, they ain't sweating because they can get 15 other ones because they're Alabama. What I'm saying is they lost. I'm not saying they lost. They lost some people, but they in a time period where they couldn't replace them because the clock stopped on them. That's all I'm saying. Now, will they be able to eventually replace them? Yes. But it's effed up that somebody can come get your guys and you can't do nothing about it, and you can't replace them right now.
Nobody ever told you. Don't say nobody ever told you transfer portal NIL was going
to rule. Dude, come on, Anthony. I was giving you that.
Ain't nobody ever told you that.
I told you that. Hey, don't make me get receipts.
This is where we at then. Let's get down to it. Let's talk about it. This is where we at. And I know you probably gonna agree with me. I hope you don't, because we ain't had a good old argument, good old disagreement in a long time.
It ain't football season yet.
Are we gonna miss Liam? And I'm gonna keep a receipt. Let me mark this.
Anthony,
20.
you know
show
how I feel. We talked about this at least on 2 shows. That in one of the shows was the headline. The title of the show was "Did Liam catch lightning in the bottle?" No. So you know how I feel. Are we gonna miss him? Yes, for this reason, and this reason only. Because you got just another, I don't know who they're gonna bring in. They gotta learn a whole nother system yet again. So that's the only thing. It's nice, Anthony, to be able to play. You know this, right? When Hal Mumme first came in '97, right? That offense was clicking, right? Pretty much immediately, right? That next year, y'all was unstoppable, though. That next year, y'all was pretty much unstoppable. Your defense let y'all down, right? But here's the better thing about this, and that's not the greatest thing about your offense. What I'm about to say, y'all lost a number 1 quarterback draft pick, and the next year your offense was still efficient because y'all all knew the offense, right? That was y'all 3rd year in. Everybody had an idea and knew what Hal wanted from you, and didn't Leach leave that year or the next?
I think Leach left after the first year.
Right. So now you lose one of your top coaches, and the offense is still clicking, right? Because y'all had the evolution of the offense took a natural course. It's nice to be in the same system for 3 to 4 years. And now you had one, you switched OCs, similar system, different guy, then he comes back. To me, it just mess up the flow. Not saying it's detrimental, but that's the part that I think you missed of him.
Let me ask you this. How much? Wait a minute. I'm gonna ask off face value. And any listeners, followers, go ahead and comment. I want to see what people think. How much give me percentage wise, how much of it do you think is coaching wise, and how much of it do you think is culture wise?
Whoa, say that one more time. I heard you, but I want to hear it again. How much is what?
Him leaving, is this something about the coaching of the job? Because people like Stoops is on him. Is he able to do this, da-da-da? And then you got the culture of recruiting, needing to get the best players, not being able to punish players. You ask some players to come watch more film. What's more of it? What percentage you think is coaching? What percentage of it do you think is culture?
All right.
We'll see.
Not knowing any information, I would say 75% is culture and 25% is coaching. I might even venture to 80%. 80%? And I would say 80% culture, 20% coaching. And this is why I'm going to say this. I don't think he comes back if the coaching wasn't what he would perceive it to be. I think he expects the culture to be different because I think the culture was different when he's first here, and now the culture is different. And I think that kind of rubbed him the wrong way. So I'm going to say I think the culture more is why he left. But I also say this. If there wasn't an opportunity for him on the next level like this, he would have stayed another year. Then he would have went to another year in the offseason. He would have he would have looked at OC jobs in the NFL until he found one that he liked.
Okay. Thank you. So 2 questions off what you just said. If this option hadn't come available, then he would have stayed here another year. I'm going to ask you this about 2022. Conclusion of 2022. Do you think he left there and found the best place he could go. Not that this is where he wanted to go. Where's the last place he ain't gonna love him? Where's the last place he coaches that was gonna love him? He was already with the Rams. I mean, he could go back to wherever he was in Boston, Massachusetts. He can go back and down in that area. So you telling me there's no chance that the last place I was loved, and Valentine's Day is right around the corner. Speaking of Valentine's Day, I will be married within the next 700 days, I believe. I've been against
Miss White, hold on now.
Miss White Darden.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you on? Are you listening? Are you comment? Blink your eyes twice. Do something. Is there a prospect that your son is leaving untalked about? Because, he put a stamp. He said 700 days. That means he think about going ring hunting within the next at least 6 months.
Ring hunt? What do you mean ring hunting? She gave me the freedom to leave. She gave me the freedom to leave. I ain't got to take care of her no more. She told me to go out and live my life. So I'm gonna see what marriage is like. I'm gonna be like the Hiles family over there.
Wow, bro.
See if I can get me 20 years.
Dude, this is why we need a Patreon broadcast, because we giving people too much good stuff for free. You just put out a dude. We need
Why
to
the
just stop
numbers
the
jump
show.
way up all of a sudden?
Huh?
The numbers jump way up. Look at the numbers.
Because you put out some where people retweeting. And come on, man.
Nah, man, it ain't that. But nah. So the whole point was he came back to where he was loved. How many other options would he have had? And he didn't even do an admirable season last season.
Anthony, are we being honest? And I've said this on this show, I've said it on my show, I've said it many times before. We overhyped 2021. He still hasn't.
Shit. Wandell, hey, go ahead. Go ahead.
We still haven't produced a 3,000-yard passer yet. So, I mean, I'm not sure. Here's the thing. There's a whole, but I'm not saying the guy's a bad OC. I think he calls a really good game. I think he has schemed us to some big offensive games. But if you think that having a quarterback and Will Levis be deemed like so great and only passed for 2,800 yards, y'all don't look. Anthony, I'm gonna get on this one because I want people to understand this. There's two folds to this. If I'm the CEO of a company, like Saban does, either you do it my way or the highway. That's one thing. Because I'm going down. If I'm going to get fired, I'm going down under my philosophy. Okay? But the second thing of all that, the play clock is what? 40 seconds. All right? As a coordinator, if anyone has ever called plays, even for flag football, you call your play, when the ball is snapped, you're looking down for the next play. You sometimes don't see what the next play, you don't see what the current play is. You just know, okay, second and 5 or more, second and blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right, this is what I'm going to do. You only got 40 seconds. And this is not NFL where you can call the play into the quarterback. That means you got to call your play to somebody who's signaling the play in. So therefore, if you think Stoops is saying, hey, don't run that, run something else, you fooling yourself. Because there ain't enough time. There is not enough time. I'm going to tell you what does happen. Okay, let's say it's 2nd and 8, and we get it to 3rd and 3 in a certain situation in the ball game. Stoops can say, hey, I'm giving you 2 downs. That's the straight extent of it. Hey, Cohen, I'm giving you 2 downs, so you call whatever you want, but I'm giving you 2. So you got 2 downs to get this first down. For all of y'all who thinks that Stoops is just on game day calling plays, no. But I tell you one thing Stoops is saying is during the week, this is what I would like for us to do. Now it's up to Liam to carry that on. If y'all haven't seen Saban and Lane Kiffin back in the day, have you not seen Saban get on Lane Kiffin during the game? Do you think Saban is calling the plays? Ain't no head coach calling the plays, y'all. But that's the narrative that some people want to believe. Last thing, Anthony, when Eddie Grant got here and Drew Barker was a quarterback in Southern Miss, I can't remember who the first half of the next. Before he got hurt, we were slanging the pill around. Then when he got hurt, the whole thing had to change. And we didn't rebound from that because we didn't have the quarterback. It had Steven Johnson, and we became a different offense because Drew Barker got hurt. So if all of y'all want to just blame it on Stoops, I have no problem because he's paying $9 million to take all that blame. The same way Cal is paid $9 million. They sleeping on money, no problem. But the narrative is not accurate. It's just not. And y'all, go ahead, Anthony. You're on mute. You're on mute, Ant.
Good thing I was on mute. I'm gonna call you back to task. And here's the thing. This is more exclusive. This is more Patreon right here.
Right.
I'm gonna ask you this. And I agree with a lot you said. Like I said, I know things that I can't disclose. But is Stoops the one to take us to the next level? 8 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins season. I don't count the bowl games. Okay. And I know you can't count them because you only went to 1, so I understand. But no, is Stoops the one? Is he built? Is he cultured? Does he have the drive to take us to the next level that the fan base wants? Because when we hired him to do a certain job. And now, mind you, if you bring somebody in at $30,000, or somebody who's accustomed making $30,000, and you give them $100,000 job, and they change the business around, and they got a program going. We run it the way it's supposed to be. Now you want me to take you to this and say we pay you $250,000. And you like, when you brought me in to do this, man, I ain't willing to do all that. I'm cool with this $100,000, man. Especially when you coming from $30,000. It Stoops the one to take us to the next level, the next stage, where we want to be.
And this is the part that gets me in. I talked to Coach Oviatt a couple of days ago, kind of about this. Coach Stoops has basically made himself the villain of his own future with the program, because he has created something that is going to be difficult for him to continue to progress from. All right, Anthony. He has won 9 regular season games. He's won 10 counting the bowl game. There's only 13 games total.
Yeah.
There's 13
How many times
games
that happened in UK history is the question.
So what you're telling me is the next coach you're going to bring in, you're going to hold him to the standard of 11 or 12 wins. Because you're going to fire a guy that took you to 10 twice in less than 5 years. So don't tell me I'm going to fire him and be okay with 8 to 9. Think about that. We think that 11 is the easy step. Going from 10 to 11 is the hardest step. I don't think people understand how difficult that is. Here's the other thing I talked about with Coach Oviatt. I don't think people get. All right. We are starting to get 4-star athletes, right, Anthony? We're not getting the 4-star athletes Georgia and Alabama and LSU getting. We're getting 4-star athletes that are basically teetering on being a 3-star. We're getting the lower end of the spectrum 4-star athletes. Right. I don't think people get that. Are we getting 4-star athletes? Yes. Are they the creme de la creme? No. And that's a problem. All right? So even though we're getting that talent, we are still on paper. It's hard for people to get this. We are outperforming our rankings in the SEC. We are consistently in the bottom third of the SEC in recruiting rankings. Even though we're top 25 nationally, we still number 11.
Yeah.
But in these years, even this year, we're still in the half. We're in the top half, but in the bottom third of recruiting rankings.
Yeah.
So I understand, and me too, because I felt like we was going to do this. I felt like we should have won 9 games last year. I thought we were going to win 9 games this year. Yes, I get it. But y'all got to look at it. I know it's hard, but when you recruiting, just think about this. Our recruiting was in the 50s before Stoops got here. That was the reason why we was winning 2 games. So when you're in the top 25, but look at those rankings and see how many SEC teams are in the top 10, in the top 15. Then you understand why Missouri, Tennessee, South Carolina are becoming a problem. Because they got more dudes on paper.
Our buddy, Harold Bubba Dennis Jr. says there is no elect level. Stoops has gotten us there. What says Van Hals? I ain't gonna comment on that.
I can't say that's true, because here's why. Because you and I talked about this when Joker was coaching in the K Club. I was saying 7 to 8 wins was the ceiling. I said we can get to 6, 7 wins and go to the Music City or the Liberty Bowl. I'm cool with that, because I just didn't see it. So Stoops just raised that ceiling to 10. So am I saying that? I would say yes, but damn, Stoops rose it to 10. I had that 7 to 8. He didn't go to 9 to 8. He went to 10 and did it twice. Not just a fluke year like Northwestern did it in 96 or 97 with 96. It wasn't a fluke year. He did it twice within 3 years. So that's not a fluke. He did it twice with 2 different offensive coordinators. He did it twice with 2 different quarterbacks. So I think it's hard. It's going to be harder. But is it the I don't know. I don't want to say it because I was wrong. I was wrong before. So
what says you though about what says you about this? And I was doing the math while you was talking. I was thinking, damn, I couldn't really find a good rebuttal. 4 out of conference games, 3 cupcakes, Louisville. Cupcake.
Ooh.
And I say, okay, Vandy, you can count on Vandy. We typically count on South Carolina. Has Florida dropped to that point? But then even if that's the case, you still got to find 2 more.
You still
because Missouri ain't never no easy win. So my point is, has Florida dropped that bad? Missouri can be up and down. Mississippi State can be up and down. All that stuff's about to be out of the window. I think the only games you really not really worried about is Georgia and Tennessee. I'm not saying we can't win them, but if you ask for my wallet, we ain't talking about it.
Right.
Georgia, Tennessee. Like I said, other than that, every game in the East is on the table.
And when could you have said that? How many times could you have said that?
The question on the table is: has Florida failed, or are we Himothy's?
I don't know. We cry Himothy's, but we cry him us. We getting there. Look, Anthony, this is what bothers me, right? South Carolina beat us the last 2 years, right? They beat us last 2 years. Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Did we not just go on a 7-game streak or something? 7 out of 8, something crazy, right? Like, did we beat a Missouri before the last 2 years, like 5 or 6 in a row? Do y'all just expect us to just beat those teams every year? Like, is that just where y'all have gotten to? Where y'all just underappreciating where we have gotten ourselves to? Dude, we have had 2 7-6 seasons, and people think the ship is sinking.
Hey, in our defense, whoever our is, in our defense, Missouri has been in the SEC championship.
Yes.
In a short period of time in the conference.
I think twice.
I think it was twice in that with Pinkel. That's who he recruited me at Toledo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Rest of his soul, R.I.P. Coach Pink.
Yeah,
So it can be done, Van House.
Whoa, but Anthony, it can be done, right?
Right.
By
a coach that wants to do it.
Look at Missouri's history in football. Look at Missouri's recruiting and their level of in-state talent.
Now you've been disrespectful.
I've always been.
I pay mortgage. I pay property tax. You're gonna keep disrespecting the state of Kentucky. But go ahead. I'm listening.
Therefore, right? It's different here. I saw a thing on YouTube, right? Oh, I wish I got it. I might pull it up, Anthony. If you want to play it, you can play it.
All right, you can do whatever you want to do, man. This our show.
Talking about
our
LSU,
show,
right?
Our show without the H.
Talking about LSU. And I'm gonna play it. Hold on, let me see.
If you really want it,
we ain't got this. This is what I'm about to show is if we can get to this level, is when you become great. Tell me you can hear it.
Cannot.
You can read the closed caption. I'm sorry. All right. So he says, so LSU, you can't do that though. LSU had, so what happened is LSU had the guy who's over basically player personnel, Brian Polian,
right,
had 2 guys. One guy I think was from Vegas. Then the other guy was from Jersey. They were 3-star guys, right?
Right.
They decommitted. They brought in Frank Wilson, which is a dude, right? He brought in 2 3-stars, one from New Orleans and one from Mississippi. He said, you can throw a damn rock in Louisiana and hit a 3-star. So why am I spending all my recruiting budget going to Vegas for a 3-star that I can find in my backyard?
Yeah.
Right? So here's the deal. This is the worst part about it. So he can find a 3-star in his backyard. There ain't that many 3-stars in the whole state of Kentucky. You know what I'm saying?
Coach, I'm not co-signing on that. I got to live here. I'm like Day-Day. Okay. I'm like Day-Day and Craig.
That's fair.
You can go home. I got to live here.
That's fair. But I'm going to tell you someone who ain't got to live there. I can go on any recruiting site and show you there's probably 10 guys ranked in the whole state of Kentucky. I can show you in Louisiana there's probably 5 4-stars in the whole state of Louisiana. So half of the guys in Louisiana 4-stars to your guys who just ranked.
Yeah.
That's a problem. And that's why I think fans, dude, what Stoops, and you know how I feel about Vince. I think there's some overhyped sometimes. He does a great job, but I think we tend to forget that position coach is just as important on the recruiting trail than Vince. But Vince does get the pub, rightfully so, because he's out in front, all that stuff. I get it. What that staff does to go get kids from hotbeds, from Ohio, from Georgia, from Michigan, and to get those kids to come to Kentucky, I don't think that is hyped up quite enough. That is not common. For you to go to the Ohio and Michigan, where there's big time football up there, and to have them come to Kentucky, convinced them from Georgia, convinced them to come to Kentucky, says a lot, dog. And it's underappreciated. I know people appreciate it. It's underappreciated, though, because this is bigger than Georgia getting their 5-star players. This is bigger than that. I think it's become so commonplace with Vince and Stoops that we're just like, oh, we just gonna get the 4 stars, any 4 star we want, anytime they come here. Bull. That's bull. When you ain't got nobody in the state, not nobody, you got limited options in the state. You got to fill a 85-man roster with limited guys from your state. I don't think we understand that to get an in-state guy is so important. That ability to translate to the other guys who are not in-state, the importance of games, the importance of the culture, the importance of the fans, all that stuff is promoted by the guys who are from the state. If your foundation isn't from in-state, then you wonder why certain games are not as important. And
these thoughts are Van House all along.
And what these guys do is do a good job of inundating these out-of-state guys to understand that L's down and et cetera, because we have enough Kentucky guys on here that can present that to the team and how important this is.
I don't know, man. I did have a thought. We was talking about that because I don't think you completely answered my question because I kind of feel as if Stoops wants to take us to the next level.
Oh, okay. You're right.
Uh-oh. I got a text message.
Uh-oh. Oh, are we getting canceled?
No, this is Patreon information I'm getting here.
Our people ain't ready for that, Anthony. We have blue-collar people watch our show.
So you gave Vince a whole lot of credit. He only recruits Ohio.
Hold on, dude. You know, damn, I'm cursing right now. You know damn well I did not get. I said, you know, come on, man. Don't.
Hold on, man. Hold on. Whoa. Hold on. Before you say anything else, these are Van House thoughts and Van House thoughts alone. Go ahead. Wait a minute. And I was told, while you over here capping on the state of Kentucky, I was told those Smith twins is different.
They are different. Oh, no doubt.
Well, quit capping. Tim Couch is different. Quit capping.
Anthony.
Jacob Tamby played how many years in the NFL?
Anthony. We're talking ones and twosies. We're talking ones and twosies too. We're talking ones and twosies. You know? Ones and twosies. Yes. Kentucky football has gotten much better. Much better from the 90s, for sure. When I got there in 93, I saw some game. I'm like, you know how bad it is, dude? This is jokes now. You know how bad it is for someone to say, hey, man, we were good, man. Come watch our tape. And you watch their tape, and you're like, man, what the? and you don't want to be like, Dude, y'all, this is hot garbage. You can't say that. You don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. Plus, you're in a dorm room that is 7 feet wide. You don't want to get all of that in that because you ain't got nowhere to go. But it's like, bro, I'm looking at some tape. I'm like, bro, and y'all big school? Y'all 4A, 5A? Man, my little 2A school will whip the brakes off y'all. And this is what? Yeah. So I'm just saying it has gotten way better. I mean, you watch Tim Couch film. Tim Couch was the biggest player on the field. He was the quarterback.
But he did it on every level.
Oh, no. But what not the skill set. I'm just talking about the stature. Your quarterback, the biggest thing on the field, bigger than this lineman.
Yeah. I took down my numbers now. So,
because we ain't talking about you get married. I bet you say marriage one more time. That thing will jump.
I ain't gonna say marriage no more, man, because I don't know who watching. I don't want nobody to be like everybody's wondering who it is. I'm sure of that, but
hold on, Anthony. I'm sorry to cut you off. USM Cats fan said Tennessee only has a little more in-state talent. Are you serious? Anthony, I'm about to you talk. I've been talking too much. I'm about to
go ahead, man.
Are you serious? Are you serious? You really said that? You really typed that on out loud? A little bit?
He also attributes that to cheating.
Okay, all right, that's fair. I'm not gonna argue with.
Why you have to cheat with NIL though now?
But everybody has they can have a reason why. You know that if you want to say they cheating, I don't think that's facts. But at least you came up with something.
Cause when they was giving the money, when they was giving the McDonald's bags, ain't that when we beat them? Ain't that when we had like 4 interceptions against Garantano?
Yeah, you're right. Anthony.
So when they was cheating, we was at their heads.
Okay, and just give me you keep talking. Just give me a second. I'm getting there.
So I'm kind of with Van and everybody who's worried about us losing Liam Cohen. I see you look at them stats; they was mediocre. Like if y'all really want to bring some offense in, because our defense gonna do what they got to do, y'all can bring Hal Mummy back. I ain't suggesting that because he'll probably want me as the running back coach. But he got it. I think Stoops does have to get a good hire, and I say that because he brought the old offensive line coach back, and our offensive line ain't progressed since he left, and it didn't progress underneath him. That we're at a different stage in our life. I just honestly don't think that Stoops is willing to put forth the energy and the effort. If he brings a new coach in, and Ben, I'm gonna say this. I ain't even want to say it.
Right.
It's Patreon information. No, Liam wants to play. I'm sure Liam don't want to recruit. That's one thing in the NFL. You don't have to recruit and all that other stuff. But I do think there's a portion of you want to excel and you want the coach to be behind you. I think Stoops is just all right, cool, whatever you put out there as long as it don't affect me.
Right. I feel you.
And I think that's affecting us. So that's more the reason I think he left. And that's why I think he brought Wolford back. Dude, we done raised this program to where we compete for the East. If you find a young, hungry coach to come in here, then we can do what we got to do. Yeah. Only problem is Stoops, they're going to expect you to be available for advice. They're going to expect you to be available for a lot of other things that you like. Hey, man, y'all go do y'all thing. Hey, $9 million later, I'll talk to y'all. But go ahead.
All right. I'm going to keep going. So this is Tennessee, class of 2024. They had 11 4-star ranked players in the state, right? I mean, it's obvious, 11.
10.
11. Oh, 10. I'm sorry. 10. You're right. 10. There's only 10 guys in the state of Kentucky ranked. All right? And there's 3 4-stars. So they more than triple the 4-stars, and they have 35 guys ranked. That's 3 times Kentucky. That's 2024. I haven't looked at 2023, so we all going to watch this at the same time. This is live. This is Patreon worthy right here, brother. So 2023. They had 12 4-stars, 45 ranked. Kentucky had 2 and 15 ranked. That's still 3 times Kentucky. All right, last one, because I don't want to just harp on this because I'm petty as you know what. But I'm on 2022, and I'm about to look up NFL talent and see how many people from the state of Tennessee that's been in the NFL compared to Kentucky. All right. In 2022, they got a 5-star and 13 4-stars or 5-stars and 45 ranked. Kentucky has 15 with 3 4-stars. If you do not think that Tennessee has an inherent advantage over recruiting, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. If Tennessee wanted to, you're right. First of all these kids not going to go because here's the thing about recruiting. Sometimes there's position guys in your spot, and they might recruit some guys as a freshman, you the next guy behind, you ain't going there. But in Tennessee, look how many people have pillaged Tennessee when they were horrible, right? None of these kids, none of that top kids going to Tennessee. First guy is number 13. Damn, Memphis recruited Tennessee. That's 2. So they got 2 guys in the class of 2022. Let's see how many they got in the class of 2024. 2 guys in the top 5. 2 guys in the top 5. One and they both 4-stars. If you don't think, hold on, that's 2 in the top 5, 3 in the top 10, 4. Come on, man. 5 in the top 20. It makes a difference. If you don't think that makes a difference, I don't know what to tell you. Tennessee is helping their program a whole lot more because they have in-state talent. It is what it is, man. That's the truth. Yeah. And we are outperforming. Do you know how hard it is? All the good programs, all of them, all the good programs have high-level in-state talent on a consistent basis. And then if I can form a foundation of my program through in-state talent, then I can go nationally and pluck out a linebacker, a quarterback, a wide receiver nationally. I can. Because now I've got the foundation. The core of my program is guys who want to wear that orange. Dude, I just talked about this at the track meet last week with one of my boys. And they asked me, like, why do some of these guys in the state want to play for LSU? Like, why is that? Because as a kid, that was their dream school. K. Frank, rest his soul, could have went a lot of different places. But K. Frank wanted to wear that purple and gold and run through that tunnel his entire life since we've been playing Pee Wee football. That's where he wanted to go. He wanted to live at home and run through that tunnel, by the tiger, blah, 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 all that good stuff, right? It's a difference. That's why LSU, we are the whatever, whatever. We have that kind of people because guys just want to go. Dude, there are people right now, if LSU offered them in 8th grade, They are signing today. I'm not committing. If you were able to sign, they will sign in 8th grade. That's just all it is in some places. Just like Georgia, just like Tennessee, just like Florida. There are people who will sign right because that's LSU. There's no competition in this state, y'all. Hey, there's no competition in this state. It's LSU or bust. Unless you want to go to Bama. And that was Nick Saban's doing.
How far y'all from Lane and them?
Lane is 6 hours.
Nah, that ain't far.
7.
That ain't far. All right.
But
Hey.
Anthony, it is far. It is far. Here's the crazy part about it, y'all. This makes it worse than we can go on. This is what's worse about the kids here, right? You would think that the state championship game would be at Tiger Stadium, right? Because they would want to get those kids to fill that stadium, right? To get that. No, the state championship game is at the Superdome. The kids still want to go LSU.
But does Tiger Stadium have artificial turf at this point?
No, it's grass.
No, that's part of the reason, though.
Anthony, the Bears, there's plenty of players that hold state championships in the stadium.
Chicago probably State of Illinois probably have more money than Louisiana too, though.
No, the Bears stadium is horrible, dude. I don't want to tell you.
Oh yeah, you can look at it. You can look at the old games and see that.
But I'm just saying that when Kentucky had grass, they played there.
Yeah, but that's Kentucky.
No, but what I'm saying is that still
we played our state game at. I ain't never make it to the States. Where did we play state game in Ohio? Hey, man. I don't think it was Columbus. I don't think it was Columbus. I don't think it was in Ohio State.
Okay. But that's just dude, kids where my kids came here and was just sick to their stomach because everybody at their school, all they talk about was LSU. When they had free dress, all they wore was Tiger jerseys. Like they're like, is it a cult? That's how my like, are you serious? Yes, Illinois does play at University. Yes, U of I. They do. U of I always had turf.
Exactly. So they don't play it at Chicago Bears Stadium?
No, Anthony. They did. Hold on.
Anthony,
you're right. No,
I'm at your head. I'm telling you, all sports got a financial end to it, especially when you talk about high school.
When I was with the Bears, they played at Soldier Field.
The high school,
tournament. Or maybe that was a certain game. I don't know,
because that was during the football season. They couldn't.
Yes, dude. They
buying that. They might have did something there.
They played some games.
Ty McEwen says Illinois played that game at the University of Illinois. Unless he's talking about Illinois, hopefully he's talking about Illinois State's playoffs. Oh, here go USM Cat fan. Hey, USM Cat fan, you need to sit down for the night. You drinking too much bourbon.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So Todd had somebody playing there. So we telling you, it wasn't in Soldier Field. He wasn't doing Ohio's in Canton. Nah. No, hell no. They don't play the state game at the Hall of Fame. They play games in a lot of games at Canton, but they don't play them at the Hall of Fame. But
I just saw they said is at Illinois State.
Yeah, it ain't at Soldier Field.
Dude, they played.
Congratulations, USM Cat man.
They said IHSA football state finals return to Hancock, which is Illinois State.
9 years and 364 days, and for the next hour and a half, and 22 hours and a half. 22 hours, 39 minutes. You and Van. How long you been sober, Van?
Hmm?
How long you been sober? When was the last time you had a drink?
I've been sober my entire life.
You never drink? You never had a drink?
I mean, I've had a drink. When I got married, I drank something when I was like 10 years old. But between 10 years old
What,
and
10?
yeah, well, you know, we had a party, we had a wedding, and look, this is what happened. So
Was it O'Doul's?
this is how you get kids sometimes. So it was a wedding. Can't remember what family member. And they had, I don't know, you should be old enough to remember the little pony Bud Lights and Miller Lights and Michelob, whatever. I don't know, you remember the little glass, little short one.
Yeah.
So I'm like, give me one of those, give me one of those. My dad out here fed them to me. So it was not, it was not, it didn't end like a young house of one at the end. That was a bad night. So I'm like, no more. So honestly, the last drink I had, I took my wife on wine tasting and I had some red wine. I might have had 1.5 glasses since then. So I had probably, I think, 2 of those ponies and a glass and a half of red wine in my entire life.
I asked you when the last time.
I don't know. I had to been.
You said the wedding, or is it after that?
No. That's when I was young. No, I didn't have any alcohol at my wedding.
So you got married soberly?
Oh yeah.
We got to talk off air. I got to find out what it's gonna be like, man.
Oh, bruh. Dude, I think we didn't have kids. So my kid is 17, so it had to be at least 17 years ago.
Huh.
Yeah, Illinois does have a good engineering school, for sure.
All right, man. All right. We're going to get out of here, man. We made up our hour. But I do want to ask you this, Brad. We started off the show talking about the basketball team. All the news. What are you talking about? What the hell? Coach, you got an open bar?
Who? I had an open bar too.
I indulged in his open. I remember them dragging.
I had an open bar too, Walt.
Hey, when I see them big dudes dragging Stu's big ass in as a freshman up the stairs, I said, I ain't drinking. They dragging him in. I'm done. I'm not trying. I ain't say I was done. I wasn't trying no alcohol.
And I had an open bar too, but
I got about 22 years old, huh?
I had an open bar too, but I didn't drink.
That's good, man. That's why I like you. We got to have somebody that's reasonable on this show. But before we got here, like I said, we talking about basketball before we got on here.
I'm sorry, Anthony. They had a prep bowl.
So they practiced at the damn social?
No, they had a game. It was called a prep bowl. I'm wrong. So they had I'm looking at the schedule. They had a game played there. So I was wrong. Yeah, state championship was, I guess, at U of I. But they did have a game during the season that was before our game and would tear up the field.
You think the basketball cast gonna right the ship? You think they're gonna get right?
Dude,
or, you think they're gonna win more than 2 games in the tournament?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, I think they can win more than 2.
And you can't coach an inbound play.
Okay, man. Yep.
You don't have to really coach an inbound play, but it's just some things you got to stand between the inbounder.
You would think, Anthony, right? Anthony, hold on, Anthony. And I know this is where we different. This is where we're gonna clash.
Now hold on. No. I was nice in basketball.
This is where look. How many times I'm gonna bring up this play again? And this is why I don't put it on Cal per se. Especially in basketball, when you have played AAU basketball since you were 2 years old. We went to Florida in a swamp. We're at a coverage. Fred Taylor motions out. We in man. What was it, man? Whatever. It was his own, actually. Fred Taylor motions out. Coach says, We do not want our linebacker on Jacquez Green. The linebacker's gonna do something differently than what we anytime ever done. We practice it over and over again. The cornerback stays on Jock. Anwar Stewart, which is a funny part. Anwar knows about this. Anwar will go follow the running back. All right. We did in practice, dude, countless times. And the reason why I know this, and because I was hurt. I had a dislocated thumb. I couldn't practice on Wednesday, so I'm on the sideline. I'm looking at this, and we do it to perfection. We ran it at least 10 or 20 times. Oh, we do it. Great. Good job. Good adjustment, blah, blah, blah. Go in the game, the cornerback leaves Anwar high and dry on Jacquez Green. Jock Green ran a choice route, option route, touchdown. After we stopped him 2 straight drives in a row, the first 2 drives, they got that touchdown. Then Jacquez Green ran 2 more punts back to back. Before you knew it, it was 28-0 when we just stuffed him 2 straight drives in a row. So the coaches coach us how to run to adjust to that play. The players then adjusted when the bullets were live.
Stu, blame you. Stu, he over blaming you, Big Stu. So
no, that ain't Stu's fault. Look, Anthony. Well, what am I gonna say? It's unfair to put Stu on one of the fastest, quickest guys in the conference in space.
Yeah.
On an option route. It wasn't like Stu was far behind. But you know when Jock gets the ball, it's ball game.
But was he gonna run with Fred? Fred was 4-4.
No, they weren't gonna pass the ball to Fred. Fred was a decoy.
Oh.
That was the whole thing, right? They were trying to get you to adjust to a running back and put one of their best receivers on a linebacker or safety.
Yeah.
And we fell for it when we practiced that all week.
Line, hook, and sinker. So you saying, with that saying, we're gonna win 2 games. Oh, you said all that crap.
Yeah. Yes,
okay.
dude.
So you think we're gonna recover? We ain't had a full lineup all year, but we're gonna recover.
Anthony, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But dude, the way this team is putting up points, the way they got so many scores, sometimes in a tournament, if you can't put points on the board, like all that rough housing ain't gonna go. If you got a official crew that wants to call a tight game, all that rough housing gonna foul you out. Dude, we have scored 90. What we averaging? 90 points, 89 points a game?
Somewhere around there.
You think that's gonna what happened to us last year? Damn, man, Oscar last year. What happened last year? We couldn't hit the broadside of Bourne, right? I don't think we're gonna have that this year. I don't think all our guys are gonna be off.
But if you're gonna let them score, I played on a very high scoring offense in football. If you score a lot of points, you let them score.
Anthony, our basketball defense ain't that bad. hey, Anthony, I hear you.
You giving up 90 points.
Anthony, I hear you, and I understand what you're saying. This defense ain't that bad, and you know that.
No, they ain't bad as that defense. I'm saying you need to stop every now and then. You got to get to stop, like I told you. Before we get out of here, Super Bowl pick. Oh, and before the Super Bowl, we're going to have Ben Hiles on Sunday Morning Sports Talk with us.
Yep.
That I'm now the host of, apparently. Apparently, I'm now the full-time host. So, it is interesting. I get to interview. Interviewing ain't my thing. Because I ask questions. I don't know if people like me asking questions the way I ask them. Or I ask personal questions where I don't know no legalities. Or I ask about NIL. Coach Rachel Lawson, the softball coach, is like, I don't really deal with that. We don't talk about that. I'm not well versed in it, which is fine. But that's cool with me. But I was trying to get her some NIL money. Like, look, she needs some money over there because I know Kyra Elsie need them green guys over there. So that's why I'm just trying to let the public know we need money, getting these collectives. Let's get it going. But who don't need money is the Kansas City Chiefs and Taylor Swift, Kelsey. Who you got for the Super Bowl, man? They over here talking about the other thing. Who you got for the Super Bowl?
Look, I'm gonna ride this to the cows come home because I have receipts. Now I'll post them, and you follow me. I'll post them. How I said Patrick Mahomes was a top quarterback in the draft when he came out. He has proven me right. And I am not ever picking against him. Never. Ever. Never, ever, ever. So I'm gonna go 31-24 Chiefs.
I wasn't asking no score. I ain't giving no score. I like Patrick Mahomes. To me, what Patrick Mahomes has done to football is what Steph Curry has done to basketball. Like he's done something ain't nobody done.
I like that.
It's just like you can't go against him because so I'm going with him. His daddy getting arrested. Daddy need to calm the hell down a little.
That's
his dad. Hey, man, but you watch some interviews with his dad. Man, I like it. He authentic, man. We need to get him on the locker. We can get him on the locker.
Oh, you don't want to. Hey, if we get him on the locker, we're going straight to Patreon because we ain't giving that one for.
Oh, wow. All of our interviews will be Patreon. That's what we pay the guests. We got the avenue.
Boy, we thinking on live TV. We brainstorming with the fans. That shouldn't be how it's done.
We actually had one person that watched and actually said they'd pay for some of the information we was gonna give. So I don't know what the rest of y'all who ain't liking. We getting more likes all of a sudden though.
Look,
people understand it. They are showing us a little love. Show us a little taste of love, man.
This is what we should do.
What the world needs now.
To all our faithful followers, we can go $1.99 a month. To the original locker mates, we can go $1.99 a month. After that, all the mothers, all the late stragglers, $3.99 a month. $4.99 a month. No, I'm just look. We brainstorm.
Van House thoughts. I'm just
saying, right?
We got to talk to HR, man. You are throwing out too much crazy.
Well, HR and IT, they don't want us to. They want to keep our brothers down. They want to keep us down, so they don't have to pay us. The way they checks bouncing, late payments, you know.
That makes sense. Well, as I stated before, we're going to have Van on this Sunday, February the 11th. Sunday morning sports talks, 6:30 a.m. WLAP. Check it out. Okay. God Nielsen here pay $5. If got any other bit, or that one $5, $2.
What kind of juice that we need?
Orange juice? I gotta get glasses.
What kind of juice, Mr. Neal?
We ending the show. We ain't got time for this. We are going to be on Sunday morning if y'all want to hear more. I don't know. We got Gonzaga the day before, so we're going to talk a whole lot of basketball.
Oh,
we're going to talk.
He don't know what kind of info. He don't know. Anthony, he don't know. What? As what is Steve Harvey? What? He don't know.
Farmer Hatfield wants to know, where does the new locker mate start?
Well, Farmer, you roll with us.
We got to go back to season 2. We got to go back to season 2 and look at some shows. We probably can pull up. It's probably something we can pull up. on whatever. Now for y'all got to like. You got to like. That's what we're going to do. We'll make it on that. If you get 4 likes a month. Now,
Ooh.
4 likes a month. Then we what you call it?
Huh. Appreciate you, Mr. Neal.
If you're gonna charge, if we're gonna charge money, hey, why they ain't gonna say I can't talk about that? I don't want to cost nobody their jobs. I ain't KSR.
No. Hold on.
If y'all, hold on. I'm gonna break this down to y'all. This is what I'm gonna
Uh-oh.
break down to y'all. And we getting off. What?
But let them cook.
No, this ain't no information. This is information. Before we get off here, I'm gonna break down to everybody. People flock to KSR. I like the guys from KSR. Personally and personality-wise, those guys are great. We love to talk. They are normal human beings that I talk to all the time. Are they football? Are they sports fanatics? No. They are fed a bunch of information. They regurgitate to you, and they give their opinion on it, which is absolutely understandable. Like I said, Van House does football in his free time. Not his free time. He does it on in between time. So when you tune in here, you tell somebody who studied this, giving you a reason why they think this. No, I don't. And then you get, and like I said, I love the KSR guys. When I've hung out with them, I've talked to them. They're really good guys. But they are guys who are doing the job. If you go to a store and somebody leads you directly to the item you want, you're like, I'm going to go back to that store every time because they personable. They're going to get you where you want to get to. Now, if you go to the store and they say, it's on aisle 13, and you go on aisle 13, you don't know if it's the top end, the bottom end, or they done moved it and you come back up, oh, it was on aisle 17. I didn't know. So my whole point is this. When you talk about Patreon, KSR makes money based off of them being told information from the University of Kentucky because they partner with them. And that's why everybody tunes in, because that's where the information comes from. Information I get or I derive that from my expertise or Vans. You can buy it or you cannot buy it. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna buy it. But the information I get directly from somebody I know is involved with the program, I can't offer to you because I'm not KSR. I was not given the rights to do that. And if it's exclusive, if I report something before KSR, which there's been plenty of things I've known before KSR, they gonna know it came from somebody they gave information to, and that could jeopardize their job. Is why, if it's gonna be worth me give you that information, it's gonna be worth me or us. So that's why it ain't not we trying to gouge y'all or nothing, but we love the way this thing is going. Now more and more people are tuning in, and I'm hearing stuff that we said regurgitated on other platforms. So no, we love y'all. We love for it to be free and us just come on here. That's where it was started. We just come on here and just talk. The conversation we was having on the phone, but let's go online. But when people say they want the juice, when they want the tea, KSR is paid to give y'all the tea. We not paid to do that.
Good point.
So with that being said, you can hear more of us on Sunday morning, 9 a.m. to noon on 630 WLAP or iHeart app, News Radio 630 WLAP on iHeart app. But for Van House,
how many zeros is that?
I don't know. My vision ain't that good.
That's why I got these glasses on. That look like 10 million. 10 million times better.
So there you go. USM Cat fan, you back in the circle of trust.
Okay.
The locker stays in the locker.
Facts.
So we're going to get out of here. Go ahead, like, subscribe, share, follow. Go back and watch the old shows. I know we missed last week. It's cool. Y'all came back this week. We gave y'all an additional 25 minutes. And we'll be back next week. Is that after Valentine's Day?
No, that's Valentine's Day next week.
That'll be after. Wait a minute. Oh, it will be on Valentine's Day. Are you going to be available on Valentine's Day?
Nah, brother.
We may not be back on Valentine's Day. I'm going to see. I'm going to see if I can get my fiance on here or some females on here that will discuss this.
The ratings are about to go through the roof.
until they find out who it is.
It don't matter.
Damn.
Hey, you just teased them. It could be your puppy. It could be a chipmunk. It can be anything. But they're gonna tune in and see who that is.
You're right. I got you. And so y'all need to tune and see it is. I don't want nobody surprised when they find out. I don't know. We'll see. They come on. When they find out who he is, they're gonna be surprised.
You didn't say who he.